Hey, what's up, everybody? BDO44 coming at you with another video. All right, so I'm hearing about a rumor going around of a trade scenario involving the Lakers, the Suns, and the Brooklyn Nets that involves Ayton coming to the Lakers. Ayton and Kyrie would be going to the Lakers. Um, Joe Harris and KD would be headed to Phoenix. And then Anthony Davis, Mikal Bridges, and God, who was that last player? Russell Westbrook, his contract would be headed to Brooklyn. The solution for the Lakers in this regard would be allowing us to keep our picks and not have to take back Joe Harris in the deal. We would obviously be taking back a player like Ayton, who's obviously a fantastic center, and we would be taking back, of course, Kyrie Irving at minimum price, which would be straight up for Russell Westbrook. If we couldn't facilitate KD to Phoenix and ultimately give up Anthony Davis to Brooklyn, then we would have to do all this other stuff to get Kyrie done. So essentially, they're trying to strong arm us not only out of AD, but trying to put us in a position where basically we'll say no and then give them the damn picks. These little sly devils, I swear to you, it's one of those situations where I feel like as a Laker fan, I'm walking away from the table. Like, honestly, like, y'all really want to play these games with the Lakers because we are who we are and because we are where we're at from your disadvantage point. And Phoenix, of all teams, Phoenix in the position they're in, I don't even know why they would be considering any of the stuff that they're considering right now, to be honest with you. But I'll tell you this, Anthony Davis is not a throw-in to make life easier for the Nets. Like, simply no, is what I would say. If I were a Laker official, no. Try something else. Figure out another way to fix your solution. Anthony Davis is not on the block unless we're bringing back KD. We're not helping anyone get KD to Phoenix. That's not happening. We're not gifting Kevin Durant to one of our main foes. It's never going to happen. Figure out another way. That's basically it. The end. And as far as trading Anthony Davis, you guys know I'm open to trading Anthony Davis. But you also know that I don't look at his value as something that should just be tossed into the wind. No, I'm willing to trade him for equal value, which is Kevin Durant. DeAndre Ayton I like a lot, but no, he's not up to par in that regard. He's not going to give me the value of Anthony Davis in my mind. Though I value him more than Phoenix does, not to the level of an Anthony Davis. On contract for what, 3 more years? No, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it at all. Just so we can put ourselves in a position to pay Ayton what his team didn't want to pay him, which is something he deserves, but not something that the Lakers are necessarily just going to give him. No, that's not. No. So, no is the answer to that. And Brooklyn is, they're driving a hard bargain. They're trying to get themselves out of the situation. I respect what they're doing. I don't appreciate it, but I can't say I would be trying different stuff if I were on their end. I'd be trying to do shark stuff too. But I think the problem with what they're doing is they're really just pricing themselves out of the game. When you bring something to the table that someone's going to most definitely say no to, you're just wasting everybody's time, including your own. Everyone's going to say no to that. No one's giving you these things that you're asking for, Brooklyn. All this stuff, you put these price tags up in the cosmos, you're essentially just saying that you're not willing to wheel and deal. That's all you're telling us, that you're not up for wheeling and dealing. And so just like you're patient with the clock, we can be patient with it too. There's no rush here. We're not in a rush necessarily. Do we have our disadvantages in certain instances? Yes, but as I said in my video last night, we're not going to just bend to the pressures of the circumstances because the media is going to continue to chirp about it. We know who we are, we know where we're at, and we know where we've been. And if things go to hell, then they're going to go to hell. But it's not going to be because we've caved to any of this little pressure that you guys are trying to manifest. Fact of the matter is, your stars don't want to be there, Brooklyn. You're trying your best to get rid of one of the best players to ever play the game. So all this talk about the Lakers not having leverage, newsflash, Westbrook's off the books for 1 year. That's all we got him on for, 1 single year. Whatever we're going to suffer through with him, he's out of here at the end of the season. So I think the Lakers have a lot more leverage than people give them credit for in regards to dealing with the Brooklyn Nets specifically. Because at the end of the day, LeBron has not requested out. He's here. KD, he wants out. Kyrie, he wants here. So I I don't see why anybody would do anything Brooklyn says or acquiesce to any of these nonsense that Brooklyn is on. And as far as throwing AD into a trade, no, just simply no. Obviously not. So I don't expect this deal to get done. I think the Lakers are thinking clearly, and I think they're gonna have to. I think Phoenix is gonna end up losing Ayton for nothing. That's what I think is going to happen. I think Ayton's probably going to end up signing an offer sheet with the Indiana Pacers if they're willing to allow that to happen. He's already met with them from what I understand. So, I don't know if this rumor was even true, by the way, but it sounds like it is. It's one of those rumors. It's like, I'd see Brooklyn trying something like that. That's one of those things that they would propose, I'd imagine, that would solve everybody's problems but ours. Get out of here. Jealousy is a real thing, man. These teams really do not like the Lakers because we're supposed to be in the dumps over the last 7 years and somehow won a championship and managed to land LeBron James. They hate us for it. So they'll team up against us. They'll use their media to make it look like there's leverage issues that actually don't exist based on misrepresented value of assets that we have, such as the Russell Westbrook contract that can in fact be moved. And it's just one of those situations where I just listen to it. And I just pay attention and I take my notes and just learn as I go along, because at the end of the day, I'm going to speak out against it. I'm going to let everybody know what I see, what the tea leaves show me. And sometimes I'll be wrong. Sometimes I'll be right. And in this case, what I see is Brooklyn scraping and crawling and holding on for dear life, headed back to the dumps from which they came because of decisions that they continue to make that ultimately mess with their timeline. I truly believe that. They have messed with their very own timeline by taking stances against players that they chose to bring to their team in the first place. Now, had they kept their vision with D'Angelo Russell and Allen and LeVert, I do believe they probably would have been just as good of a team as they've been over the last 3 years. But they wanted to do things this way. I'm sure they made a nice, handful of money, but unfortunately the pandemic hit. And when you pick up players like Kyrie Irving, during a situation like that, he's going to take stances that maybe someone else ain't going to take. They weren't prepared for that. Here they are. So don't be mad at us because we managed to win a championship during the pandemic. Not our fault. Things just happen to work out that way. As far as I could tell, you guys backed us into that anyway, because we would have been ahead of schedule had Kawhi Leonard not pulled that little snake crap that he pulled the season before that. So, it's not like we put ourselves in a position to just take advantage of everybody. We've been getting knocked around by the league in this fashion for a very long time and have still managed to win championships in the process of it. So, as I've said, the team that's endured all that we have, including the Chris Paul situation, we are not caving here. I cannot stress that enough. And I do believe that the office holds that same mentality. I feel like I'm echoing what they're giving me from the energy that they're providing based on the reports that are out there. We're not caving. We're not giving you the picks. Westbrook can stay with us, and we're prepared for that. We don't want that, but we're prepared for it. Our coach has a plan in place for that player. Probably one better than the plans that y'all have in place for him, so we're not worried at all. And what we do have, though, is a desire to bring Kyrie Irving in. And we believe he wants to be here as well. So we will wait this out. We will figure it out. And you guys are going to figure yourselves out somehow. As I always say, everybody has to do what's best for them. As a Laker fan, I'm definitely going to speak out on what I feel is best for us. And caving to this pressure or adhering to these type of rumors as it pertains to these type of trade rumors, if they exist or don't exist, putting that out there, that pressure, we're not caving to that. We're not going to do some weird old deal that depletes us of our talent. No, we're trying to get ourselves in a position to win a championship right now. And if we're not landing KD, I don't see us letting go of AD. Simple as that. In fact, I don't even know if we would let go of AD if we were landing KD based on what it seems like the front office is doing right now anyway. So, yeah. No. I would say don't believe that rumor, but if it does happen to be true, don't believe it's going to happen. BDF44, I thank you all for watching.